Hello families, if you're watching this video, it's because your child is learning red words. Red words are words that you need to stop because they don't follow the rules. An example would be the word has, because the S at the end makes a Z sound. Or the word said, that is, the AI doesn't make the long A sound, instead it makes an E. So these are rule breakers, and these lessons are multi-sensory, and they have to be done a certain way so that the child's continual repetition of how we are learning them is reinforced, and it makes the learning of them much easier. This is really to help the child identify them in their reading. If your child is writing and they are perhaps writing SED for said, don't stop and correct them as they're writing. What you want to do is you want to have that flow when the child is writing and not interrupt their train of thought. When a child is just learning to write a sentence or write their ideas down, it takes a huge amount of concentration, fine motor skill, and you don't want to break that up by being, this isn't how you spell it. What you can do is after they write 2 or 3 times the wrong words, like said, spelled S-E-D, then at that time you can say, oh, remember that's one of your red words. How do you spell that? So you don't want a constant correction when the child is writing, but you do want to bring it up if they don't start to self-correct. So we're going to start. I'm going to show you how to use it. Hopefully the glare won't be so bad. And I'm going to do the word the. I recommend that you write them. All you need is a sheet of paper cut into the size of an index card, and I'm asking you to write it so that the letters are big and spaced enough. If the child really wants to write it, you don't want to discourage them, but I would say you can write them once you remember how to spell them. So I've written them in crayon, and that's because crayon does have a little bit of texture to it. And then how we're going to do it is the child will put it down on the table in front of them. I'm going to put it on this clipboard so that I can show you exactly. And they're going to spell, take their fingers and write. As they write, say the letter T-H-E, and then underline the. Well, they're going to do that 3 times. T-H-E, the. T-H-E, the. Now, as they're looking at the word, you're going to ask them to write it on another surface. So they can take the table and write T-H-E and underline as they say the word the. You want to do it 3 times on 3 surfaces. The last surface that really works is if you have it write them on their hand. T-H-E, the. T-H-E, the. T-H-E, the. 3 times on 3 surfaces. Each time they've got to say the letters out loud. The more that they connect the audio, visual, and the tactile learning together, the more that this is successful in learning. So I'm going to be sending home a list. Usually you want to introduce something easy, like the, and then maybe said, and the word of. Of is a red word because the F makes a V sound. So we're going to start very simple, and we actually have them grouped up in the classroom. Other things that I'm going to be sending home are word families. Y as a long I sound in a 1-syllable word. By, shy, my, try. Grouping these together help the children remember that Y at the end of a very short word makes the long I sound. So I'm going to be sending home the word lists, and hopefully You can have index size paper, and I would write it in front of the child. This says the word the. Now, each of the kindergarten children are at a different stage in this, and so your word lists will be different. Remember, 3 times on 3 surfaces. Thank you. Let me know how it goes.